Yes, yes, yes. How are we doing? Welcome to show 430. Okay, we're in this beautiful scenery in Italy. Staying in this, like, I don't know, castle thing. Castle moat. It's beautiful. Right in the heart of Italy. And we're here. I'm here for like business development and personal development, sort of kind of like mastermind. So today we're going to talk about knowing and understanding your limitations. So this will be a really good one for managing your ego and managing your outcomes as well. Okay, so if you're coming through, please do make sure you share with us. So let's get on with it. Welcome to the Rise to Thrive show. I am your host, James Baldwin, and if you are coming through, then please do let me know by hitting the love heart button or commenting down below. When it's coming down below, do you recognise your own limitations? Do you recognise your own limitations? Okay. So I'm going to make this a nice, short and sharp and to the brief one. So I think one of the biggest issues that I think a lot of people have is that without them maybe even knowing, this level, okay, is your limitation of your capabilities, right? All right. The problem is that sometimes we either come way too short of achieving those limitations, okay, but for a lot of people, we smash right past them. And that could be in terms of work and the commitment that you put into your work. That can be sometimes overtraining physically, okay? Sometimes that can be how much you can do in one day, so how much you think you can achieve in a day. We then surpass that. And what ends up happening is that when we pass what, here's a really good example, a lot of you resonate with, is drinking. Okay, last night. But like, this is your limit of what you can drink, and when we pass that, we just go straight through it, and we feel terrible, and we feel awful. When we go through it with work, we feel burnt out, we feel exhausted. When we go through it physically, we injure ourselves, we tire ourselves. Do you know what I mean? And I think we do it too often, and I think sometimes it can be the culprit to our fall down. So feeling mentally strained, emotionally wrecked, physically drained. I mean, if we're trying to perform at a high level, we've got to understand and recognise those limitations so that we can stay in control of our time, our energy and our focus, because it's not sustainable. We will end up crashing and burning like when we surpass what our limitation becomes. But this is where the interesting part comes in. This is where we have to manage and control our egos, whether you're a man or woman. Whether you're a man or woman, you need to be able to control, okay, and say, no, I'm doing too much. How hard is that? It is really, really hard to be able to do that. And it's easy for me to sit here and go, yeah, you've got to control that, you've got to manage your ego, you've got to be more self-aware of it. But the thing is like any habit, anything that we do that raises our self-awareness, we get better at it. So, for example, let's take drinking. For example. So, people will recognise the limitation and know when they go out. You know when you're drinking, you kind of hit that sweet point. You're like, if I have any more, that's me in the Hurt Locker for 4 days, right? And it's having that awareness to go, bah, don't go past that line, don't go past that line. So for me, in 2018, New Year's Eve, I got absolutely wasted. And that's the last time that I was, truly wasted. And that's where you learn and understand your limitations. You go, like, and my whole life I've known that, but we went past it. And I haven't gone past it since because I did not enjoy the 5 days that followed. And it's the same with having that recognition. So every time I'm out drinking and everyone else is getting smashed, you go, no, that's my limit. That's where I recognise my limit. And then it's the same with physical training. It's like, if my body has reached its limit, or if I've gone past that, I know that if I continue to go training again, unless I rest, I'm going to cause injury. I can feel it. Like, my main part is my back, so I know my limitations and what I can do with my back. So I don't twinge anything, so I don't aggravate anything, and then put me in that state. Does that make sense to you? And then the other one, like, usually is with work. It's going, right, I am, like, especially as a business owner for me, especially, I'll keep going, I'll keep going, I'll keep working, I'll just get this done, I'll just get that done. And so we then surpass that limitation. And as soon as I cross that line, just like I crossed the line with drinking, just like I crossed the line with physical training, that's me slipping into that overworking, neglecting everything else, and then suddenly the sacrifice becomes the broken relationships, the misplaced time, energy and focus, the mental stress. So I just really want this video, or to do this video, so that you're aware. I just want you to be more aware and going, and I've reached my limits, just like you do when you're drinking, just like you do when you're physical training, just when you do when you're working. You know you've crossed that limit, and understand, man, wake up, self-aware, just take a step back, because it could benefit you hugely for your health, mentally, emotionally and physically. It could benefit your relationships, it could benefit your work productivity, it could prolong the usage and functionality of your body. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I hope that makes sense. Let me just share this view one more time with you. Look at this. Beautiful, right? Beautiful, beautiful. We are literally in the middle of nowhere. In the middle of nowhere. It's stunning. So next time I see you guys will be Friday at 6:30 my time, 5:30 GMT. But until then, have a great couple of days, and I'll catch up with you soon.